Okay, so welcome to the inaugural episode of Gruppetto Product Review, and today we are very pleased that we got some products from GALFER Bike in courtesy of Infinitely Active. Thank you very much. Which is their new disc rotors and also the new brake pads. So GALFER is very famous in the cycling industry and also motorcycle industry. So they are very famous in two-wheel braking system. They're very big in motorsports. They're very big in mountain biking, gravity, downhill discipline, and now they are in the road bike discipline. So we have here the very new products, GALFER Bike, as they claim to be about the price of a Dura Ace Rotors, but definitely lighter. Okay, this is it. The GALFER Bike disc rotors, biodegradable box. Well, I mean, box is biodegradable. Oh, sedia share everything. So what comes in the box is obviously the rotors, one piece, and yeah, you get stickers, GALFER sticker. All right, should wait. We should wait. 95 grams. Damn. And lot link. 107 grams. Alright, let's do a little bit of perspective. We do have a Dura Ace rotor and also Carbon TI rotors in 160. So let's start with we have a Dura Ace here. This is, what is this? MT9, I think it's called MT900, yes. Not the current Dura Ace with the initial release. 107, excluding the lock ring. Next one, well, I guess the holy grail of lightweight, which is Carbon TI. Most Carbon TIs, for road wheels normally a center lock, but Carbon TI, most of them, especially the early generation ones, they're 6 volts, so you kind of need the adapter to put it on. So let's see, including the adapter, it's 99 grams. 99 grams, including the adapter. Alright, so this is like a DT Swiss 6 volt center lock adapter. So we'll add the lock ring as well, which is 108 grams. Okay, yeah, 108 grams. So still heavier than GALFER by 1 gram. So GALFER wins by 1 gram. We're gonna install this. Add a little bit of grease to make sure. Sometimes you can see corrosion. I think so, some sort of corrosion. So it's always best to put a little bit of a grease, a bit hot and humid in Malaysia. So just light, nothing too crazy. This corrosion can happen or seized. Alright, my OCD kicks in. Let's see. You want to make sure that the logo is in line with the valve. See, logo, GALFER, in line with the valve and tire logo. And then see this washer. GALFER has this very thick silver washer. So normally silver washer is being used in any assembly is to avoid creaking. Obviously there's a torque wrench around here. It says 14 Newton meters, which means very tight. Alright. Okay. Yeah, I like the very minimalist look on these, you know, unlike these Carbon TI, we have a lot of these black thing in the middle, and the same as Dura Ace, you know, very nice one-piece construction, minimalist view. And then obviously I need to remind you guys, whenever you are installing a new rotors or even your rotors, just try to avoid, like touching the rotors with your hands or fingers, or especially you just dip your hands in the grease just now for the assembly. So don't, because it's gonna, just don't, okay? just don't. It's just gonna cause a lot of problems in the future, okay? I know some of you guys are gonna say, oh, stick with run brake. Nah, we're moving on, you know? We're not going into that segment of debate. But yeah, this is how it looks like. It's pretty nice, pretty sweet. I personally think I like the aesthetics of it. It's very minimalist look to it, right? That's a 160mm rotors on a, what is this? Yeah, 6560 Princeton Carbon Works, right? This is the real one, which is 140mm. Oh yeah, I should point out, this is actually engineered and manufactured in Barcelona. Okay, this there's no harm. Like I'm gonna put these on my bike as well. These sets are gonna go to my LA Sprint. These are 140 front and rear. So now, normally you'll have 160 millimeters on the front and 140 millimeters in the rear. Normally the case is that the most braking power is from your front wheel, right? If you want to know which one is the better braking performance, you can sort of do it a little bit while you're pushing the bike and try and press the rear brake and the rear wheel is gonna slide and do some skids. So that's how you know that the front brake is the main stopping power. So that's why you need a bigger rotor in front, 160 normally on road setup and 140 in the rear. Okay, sort of like the rear is just more like a supporting role compared to the front. And then it's rare normally to see people would put 160 in the rear, you know, unless you really need, if you go up like alpine climbs or whatever, you need front and rear 160 for that extra braking performance. But normally the case, 160 in front, 140 millimeter in the rear, and also saves you a little bit of weight. Let's see, how much is 140 ones? Yeah, 78 grams. That's insane. Let's see, with the lock rings, 91 grams. So my bike's gonna be lighter than yours. A little bit of oil goes a long way, you know. Before you take out the brake pads to replace new brake pads, normally with worn-out brake pads, it has one end because it's like a hydraulic system. So it pushes a piston in as the brake pad wears out to make sure that you can't have the same brake feel. To put a new pad, you have to push the piston back outwards. So in order to avoid breaking the piston, especially with these 11-speed stuff, because they're made of ceramic pistons, they're very fragile, very brittle. So do it with the brake pads in. You can use a specific tool, like this one from Park Tools, this flathead screwdriver, or your tire levers. Just press in and just wiggle it to open it up. All you gotta do is just give this thing a good clean. So I personally would not spray directly because these are very light and then it can get into the piston seals, it can cause some problems. So this is specifically for road riding categories at the back there, but this one specifically is the G1455. G1554T, which means that you don't need to bed it in. This one specifically, you need to do the bedding in process. Bedding in process is very important for brake performance and also longevity, right? Because what it does is basically, in simple terms, is transferring the braking materials onto your disc rotors. So by doing that, it's going to give you a sort of like a how do I say, like a transfer of material, and that allows you to perform a better braking because now the materials are happy with each other. You know, that's just how easily put it. Okay, so it's very important. After you've done that bedding in process, normally what you have to do is that you ride slowly at probably your housing area or your parking lot or wherever, at a walking pace, and then slowly braking to stop about 20-25 times. So you'll notice that when you first get a new disc rotors and also brake pads, it's not going to perform very good out of the door, but once you've done that bedding in process, you have a better braking performance and at the same time a better quality of better durability, I should say, because now that all you're doing is not just heating up the rotors and also the brake pads. Two things that are actually causing brake pads to wear. Number one is obviously the friction that is caused from the disc rotors and also the brake pads, and number two is heat. So if you're not bedding in your brake pads properly, all that is gonna wear out is from the heating process without actually doing much of a braking. So yeah, that's kind of defeat the purpose. So make sure you bed in your brake pads. So you gotta sandwich everything together. Again, try not to touch the brake pads. Okay, slide it in. All right, and then here, just wiggle it. There you go. And then yeah, that's it. Tight enough, right? Don't go crazy. All right. Alright, sometimes, even though you've done that thing with the piston press just now, because it's new brake pads, so sometimes you still need to redo it some more. This not normally work, but in most cases it will work, but it really depends. You know, with flat mount, it really depends on how the surface of this flat mount is on the fork. So normally, give it a good brake, make sure this thing wiggles around. All right. Normally, tighten the top first. Okay. You gotta press and sort of slowly do it up. Okay. Right. Then after that, play around the bottom. No. Solid. Yeah. I don't know if you need a bit. Normally you can sort of have a bit of a guess if the thing moves. If the bike stand moves when you do a hard braking. Let's see if this one does. Pretty much repeat the same process with the rear brake pads, okay? Pingy noise, so we're good. Alright, that's how you install the new GALFER disc rotors and also disc brake pads. This is one of many, so don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more product reviews from all of us at Group Tool Clubhouse. See you in the next one.